Hello there, and welcome to Cannonball Diva Chronicles, where uplifting the downtrodden is our focus. I'm Cannonball Diva, a nurse practitioner and an ICU nurse. Today, I'd like to talk about how the empath can make steps to recovering from the abuse they have suffered. The first step of leaving that context and that frame of mind that the empath finds himself in after many years of abuse is denial. Many empaths are still in denial that they are actually in an abusive relationship. So acceptance is the first step. Accepting that this is the case and seeking for help by looking for a supportive friend, someone that you know will not jeopardize your stories by spreading it like a movie to others, or people who you know love and care for you truly, who are genuinely concerned about your welfare and well-being, and who will also help you seek for more long-term help, be it in the social service system, or people that can give you a support that will actually go far in helping you either leave that relationship physically, or let your mind actually be completely detached from that abuse. Because when you detach yourself emotionally, that's also a first step in getting out of that relationship. Many relationships, I'm sure as many of you know, first of all, destroyed by the person moving away from them emotionally. If that person who is connected to the narcissist detaches themselves, then they won't feel as much pain as they're feeling when they're emotionally connected to the toxic partner. Another thing that the empath can do is to seek for hobbies or things that they can do in their free time away from that environment, things that can take their mind away from that pain and suffering that they're experiencing. Another thing I would suggest is actually by speaking about it, which is what I'm doing today. By speaking about it out there, it might seem counterproductive to some people who believe keeping it a secret is better. I believe that keeping abuse a secret only strengthens the abuser, because that is their hope. That is what they hope you'll do. They hope you won't tell anybody, that you'll be so overcome with shame and you keep it to yourself for that reason. You're giving them more power by not speaking it out. In my case, I've already left that relationship, but I'm speaking about it today to assist those who are presently going through it, to know that you can actually help yourself even while in that relationship, if it's not the best time to leave, by emotionally detaching yourself from it, and also accepting that indeed this is an abusive relationship. Many people I've heard from are telling me that they love the videos I'm making, that is helping them. Some people are living in secrecy. They don't feel like it's right to speak out about it to protect the relationship. But I've seen also people who have died in that same relationship that they were protecting, and the man or the woman have moved on to another partner who they have probably been cheating on or cheating with for many years. That partner dying is just like, to them, it's nothing to them. So speaking up about it, at the end of the day, everybody is going to eventually die. So it's better to speak up about it than not to. Because if you die with your story, like Osinachi did, nobody knew she was in pain. Nobody knew she was suffering. Osinachi sang like a bird. She was someone that everybody, I'm sure, that listened to her would have been so glad to know that she's still living in this world we're living in, and walking this earth and blessing the children of God, and blessing even people who are not even Christians with such her angelic voice. But today she's not here because she hid many of these things away from people that could probably help her financially to get out of that situation. Because I'm sure by her singing, she met many people in the limelight who loved her. Many people who had the power financially, who had the influence to bring her out of that situation. But because she closed her mouth and didn't say anything, but just to her family, immediate family, who couldn't really help her financially to bring her out of that, she ended up dying in that situation. Even though he didn't hit her, even though a final blow from him didn't cause her death, years and years and years of trauma, abuse, physically, emotionally, psychologically, led to her death. Today I'm sure he's still in court, and if he was not to blame, he wouldn't be in court. So accepting that you're in a toxic or abusive relationship, and then seeking for the right type of help, speaking to the right people, not being ashamed, because like I said, that is what the narcissist hopes, or that is what the toxic partner is hoping you will do. by keeping silent. A closed mouth is a closed destiny. Closing your mouth and saying, I will not say anything, is not helping you. It's helping the toxic abuser, who will continue to perpetuate evil against you because they know you're too embarrassed to come out and speak out. I personally, I don't feel any embarrassment speaking about it because I'm not doing this to abuse the toxic partner or the person I'm speaking about. I'm not doing that to target that person or to cause anyone to go and attack that person, which is a sentiment somebody told me. He said, oh, she's saying all this stuff and someone out there might attack me. Please let me know if that's the sentiment you have through listening to me. Do you guys feel like if you were to meet the narcissist in public, even though many people don't associate me with them anymore, for years we were never seen together, would you feel like attacking that person? I doubt that very much because many people listen to me or listen to other narc survivors. There are thousands and thousands of them out there. If you want to check YouTube or Facebook, there are thousands of organizations speaking about this. So I'm not the first to do so. So if I'm speaking about it today, is to strengthen those who are going through it, is to empower those who are going through it, is to even empower myself as I release any negativity or negative emotion that still lingers within my spirit or my psyche. I'm trying to let it go by speaking, because speaking is powerful. It's just like journaling. When you journal your thoughts and your feelings, you get it out there and it loses its power over you. So that is why I'm doing this. It's not to punish anybody, to make anybody look bad. That is why you don't hear me mention anybody's name or refer to anybody but the narc when I speak. You know, it's my experience, it's my lived experience. So the stories I have are more about me than anybody else. I do not give power to the narcissist or to the toxic abuser by speaking about that person. That's giving them more power, or to give them, you know, that kind of feeling that they're important. No, it's about healing. And that is what most of this narcissistic recovery YouTube channels are about. Like I mentioned, there are hundreds and thousands of them out there if you'd like to check. As time goes on, I would like to illustrate my talk and my discussions by bringing in stories of other people, you know, so you might see what I'm talking about, that this is a recovery journey, not just for me, but for those who are going through it. Many women sleep and they pass away in their sleep. Many women fall down, they collapse, and that's it for them. Those that did not have a chance to speak out their truth, I consider it a way of speaking for them, even though I never knew them, because I'm sure the pain that I've experienced and pain that many other people have experienced is a debilitating pain that makes it seem like you can't even take one step. So actually moving yourself out of that emotionally destructive feeling of not wanting to even live anymore, even live again. That's how bad it gets when you feel like you don't want to live anymore because there's somebody in your case. To be able to get out of there and then push yourself to go to work, push yourself to cook dinner or cook meals for your family, push yourself to continue to do things that normal human beings do, having all this burden upon yourself is worth talking about, and it's worth giving others steps that I took that got me out of that. So I hope it's been helpful to anyone that's listening to me. Like I said, that's the whole idea. That is my reason for doing it. I would love to talk about more happy discussions. As time goes on, I will travel, you know, but for now, this is what I'm talking about. When I travel and when I do other stuff, I will talk about those at that time. But right now, this is what the Holy Spirit is asking me to speak about, you know, to help those who are going through it like I did. Because if I'd known about the narc groups while I was in the midst and the thick of the problems that I was going through, I probably would have left sooner. Who knows? Okay, so I thank you so much for listening to me. I don't want to make this video long. It's just to give those empaths out there who feel strongly the feeling of others. When others are in pain, they feel it. They're so sensitive in their spirit to their core that they don't want to see anybody in pain. And anytime they see anyone in pain, their first thought is, how can I help? What can I do? Even if I can't help, who can I, you know, introduce you to help you? That is how the empath thinks. They deeply sense and feel other people's pain, you know, and then when they're in a crowded room, they can sense, you know, negative energy. They're so sensitive that most empaths don't want to be in a crowded room for that reason. They prefer small, intimate gatherings to a crowded affair, you know, or crowded gathering. And you know, their desire is not to harm anyone. Nobody's perfect, obviously, but most empaths are almost like angels on earth who have been put here to help other people and to be there for other people and to service. You know, being in service industry like I am, you find a lot of narcissistic people, and you also find a lot of empaths there. Because the narcissistic people want that kind of job because it gives them power. Like you can see them, doctors, lawyers, it gives them power. That God complex, they have it. And then on the other hand, you see nurses, doctors who are also empaths. So it's just for you to be able to sense and have, all the tools you need to be able to decipher one from another. And if I'm here to help you realize that, why not? Thank you so much for tuning in to Cannonball Diva Chronicles. I hope to have more information as time goes on that would assist us all get through it as a family. Thank you and stay blessed.